Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and it's good to have you with us on this Tuesday morning. That's right. We're moving through this week. It's a shortened week because we have Friday off, so that's a good thing. But good to have you with us. We're here every morning around 10 a.m. when HCC is in session. My co-host this morning, every Tuesday, Benjamin Escobar. Benji, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you and good to see everybody. If you're watching this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because the show will be broadcast. So,
Okay, we'll go with that. Benji, you missed the first of the month, which was April Fool's Day. Were you going to play a joke on us?
I did it earlier because we usually do like a mic check to make sure that everything's going okay. And they were like, Benji, check your microphone. And I did one of these.
Yeah, that worked out real well. Made our director very happy that you did that. So, good to have you with us, Benji. As we mentioned, we're here every morning. HCC is in session just about every morning. And they can also catch us in social media as well.
Yeah, we're live on Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston Community College District. And we're also on YouTube. We're on Twitter, LinkedIn, and HCCTV, where I said you can request the rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
You know, Benji, I always ask you how your girlfriend's doing. How are things going there?
She is good. I think she's sleeping right now.
Okay. Do you take her out to eat? You do take her out to restaurants, right?
Yeah. And recently we've been exploring the Indian cuisine. So it looks like we have a very special guest today.
We do. Yeah, we're going to get to her in a second. So I wanted you to pay attention to the Tasty Tuesday guest because it's a nice restaurant. You need to take your girlfriend there.
Okay.
All right, because I'm always watching out for you.
Yeah,
all right.
Thank you.
Stick around because you're going to be interviewing this next guest. Kimberly Cade is the marketing program coordinator with the Business Center of Excellence. Kimberly, thanks for joining us again. Good to see you.
Thanks. Happy to be here. Always happy to come in and talk to you about marketing, Todd.
Well, you know, we are part of our job is marketing here as well. So we're looking forward to talking to you as well. So stick around. We're going to be with you. Benji will be with you in about 10 minutes. Okay. Right now, we're going to take you out to the Kirby area for talking. We're talking Indian cuisine this morning. Kiran Verma is joining us. She's the owner and executive chef at Kiran's. Chef Kiran, it's good to see you again. Thanks for being here on the show.
Morning. Thank you for having me and giving this opportunity to talk to you and all your audience. So looking forward to it.
Well, we appreciate it. Now, you are on Top Chef, and it's currently airing an international series this season, and Chef Dawn Burrell was on the show just last week. You were a judge with her last season. What was that like being on the show? I guess people don't understand all the stuff that goes on in the background when you're doing a television production.
And believe me, I didn't understand it either till I was on that show as a guest judge. It's really amazing experience. You know, all these years you watch, of course, these shows and you get very excited. You think all these judges are really bigger than life people and you meet them in person. You are in really awe of these people. They do have great talent. They are very disciplined. And for me to be partaking in judging the Asian cuisine, and I think that was amazing. I was very happy just because I think Asian cuisine got to the level where we were never at that level before. People would always have like Italian, French, New American, but right. Indian cuisine, Mexican cuisine, other Asian cuisines like Chinese, Thai were not looked up like other cuisines. So to me, that was very, very important that all Asian cuisines came to the highlight.
And you are self-taught, guided by your Indian upbringing. Tell us about your background and how you first learned to cook.
Totally out of necessity. When I came to this country, of course, you know, there was not much Indian food available, Indian ingredients, even lentils or spices available. We would go to India and get suitcases full of these grains and spices. And later on, there were few grocery stores that were open and we would use that. So I would feel like experimenting, but my basics, of course, were from my mom, my grandma, my aunts. I was always very fond of cooking, more than really studying the real subjects, which were like physics, chemistry, biology, math. I was supposed to be studying that, but I was always in the kitchen, so enjoyed being in the kitchen. and my passion came from there.
One thing I think people don't realize is you guys have a Wine Spectator Award. Tell us about that. How did that come about?
So I'm very proud to tell you that we have been getting this Wine Spectator Award since 2003 was the first one, where actually our director of wine operations had his picture in Wine Spectator, and we were featured. And I think we were one of the first restaurants, Indian restaurants, to be featured in Wine Spectator and getting Award of Excellence. Then for last 20 years, continuously we got, and last year we got Best of Award of Excellence. And speaking about that, it's bringing tears to my eyes because we just lost our director of wine program last week.
Right.
And he was by profession a neurologist, but very, very passionate about doing the pairing Indian food and wines. And today, before even coming to the show, I was just reading all his previous notes on my cell phone and saying, be sure not to overspice this dish because it's with this wine, and we are featuring this wine for our wine dinner. We used to do monthly wine dinners, and we were very, very careful about how we use spices with our food, how we build the layers of the flavor by using ginger, garlic, other spices, but making sure that everything was used in a very judicial manner, not like overly spicing. And that's how we could pair our food very well with wines with Indian food.
So if someone came in and they wanted to have a certain wine, obviously you would pair it with it sounds like you're going to pair it with the dishes they would have. Is that correct?
Yes. And, generally, of course, we have almost 300 labels and a big wine cellar, and they can choose from any. And a lot of people who come here are experts in, wine, and they know what wine they want to drink. But if I was to teach my staff and somebody was having wine with Indian food or with our food, I would kind of tell them what to drink with what dish.
You're also this is a big weekend coming up because we've got the long holiday weekend and it's Easter weekend. You guys have something special that happens on Easter. Is there a buffet that happens there?
Yeah, it's our tradition to do holiday buffets. And the first buffet of the year is always the Easter. And then, of course, it'll be Mother's Day, Father's Day, and it goes on for all the holidays. But there will be a lot of Indian traditional dishes, but lamb would be the leg of lamb. And there's another dish we make from the leg of lamb is called lamb vindaloo. That will be the main feature. Big dessert buffet for children, of course, lots of different varieties and different kind of egg coloring.
So would the buffet be a good time to come and experience a lot of different dishes, I guess, for that type of...
I was about to mention that. I think if somebody hasn't eaten Indian food or hasn't eaten our food, I would highly recommend you all joining for buffet on Sunday. It starts at 11 and it finishes at 3. And then, of course, dinner would be regular.
And you also, you're going to show us some of the spices you use. Tell us about that, because I know that you mentioned it earlier, plays a big role in the dishes that you create.
Yes, I have put them together. I hope you all can see it.
Oh, yeah.
There are about 8 to 9 spices. And when I'm going to tell each spice, when you roast and grind these spices, it becomes a spice mixture called garam masala. And garam masala is really the true Indian spice for flavoring our marinades, flavoring our grains, flavoring our vegetables, meats. And these spices are used in different ratios in making this garam masala. Some people may like more flavor of mace, some may like more cinnamon, some may like more cloves. So they change it around, but there is a perfect ratio. And if anybody wants a recipe for our garam masala, we would be more than happy to share on your YouTube or your website.
I know the big thing nowadays is fusion food. A lot of restaurants are doing that. And I know recently you took a trip to Mexico. Tell us about that and what that was about.
I love doing fusion as much as I believe in authenticity of the food, Indian food, but it pairs so well with so many different cuisines, but nothing like doing it with Mexican cuisine. I was with Chef Hugo Ortega, Chef Ruben, and it was amazing to see how we can put all these foods together. We even did a barbecue dish with Indian spices.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
Chris Williams. It was really nice to pair our spices and food, and all the chefs got together to create different dishes in Mexico.
You know, Chef Hugo and Ruben, his brother, were both students at HCC, and they're big supporters of HCC, and we certainly appreciate their support. What advice would you have for our students? Because we have a lot of culinary students here. What advice would you give them?
You know, I was a student of HCC also, but I wish I could say culinary program. I wasn't at that time. There wasn't a culinary program. It was just to start my career in US. So I did accounting and bookkeeping and typing, those kind of courses.
And what advice would you give our students who are looking to launch their careers? Any certain things you would tell them?
Find what you are passionate about and focus on that passion. You may see failures, but those are very temporary. If you're focused and you're passionate and you're honest to yourself, you will succeed.
Chef Kiran Verma, she's the owner and executive chef at Kiran's and our Tasty Tuesday guest. Okay, I'm going to be coming to see you this weekend, so I'm going to make some reservations. We're going to come see you for dinner this weekend, all right?
Thank you. Look forward to having you all.
All right. Thank you, Chef. We appreciate you being here. Take care of yourself. We'll talk to you soon. All right, we're going to turn things over to Benji. Benji, you've got a special guest who's going to talk to us about marketing as well.
Yeah, today we have Kimberly Cade, Marketing Program Coordinator for the Business Center of Excellence. Thanks for joining us, Kimberly.
Good morning and nice meeting you, Benji. Thank you all so much for inviting me again.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. Let's begin with a definition of marketing and how it impacts society.
You know, rather than using the American Marketing Association's definition, I'm going to use some terms that many people who are watching the show are probably more familiar with. When you think about marketing, you think about selling, you think about advertising, you think about product development, you think about retailing, you think about social media and social media content, and all of these things are marketing. Basically, what marketers do is inform the public about products, goods, and services that an organization has to sell or to share. And so that can be done in so many different ways. And so that's why I'm just going to kind of share today and talk a little bit about the program, what we offer here at HCC, and then what some of the opportunities are once a person finishes the program and goes out into the workforce, because we are a workforce program.
Okay. And I have here, if we could talk about that new Sales Occupational Skills Award that,
yes, that
HCC received, or what was that?
So what we did, and this is new as of fall of 22, we rolled out a new Sales Occupational Skills Award. And what this award was designed to do is give students these high in-demand skills that they would need to go and have them work ready once they finish this award and go out into the workplace. Some of the things that I'd like to highlight about it is it's a really, really quick program. So there are 3 classes that you take. And after you take those 3 classes, which are 9 credit hours, you will get an award. And that award makes you work ready, like I said, to go out in jobs such as advertising and sales, maybe selling and insurance, retail sales, inside, outside sales, store manager, a sales associate, a management associate, customer service, just so many different things, account representative. And so having those skills coming out of the program puts one in a better position to get an entry-level position. Now, one of the special things I want to share about it, Benji, is that with these 9 credit hours, they're what we call in the program stackable, which means that you can take those 9 credit hours and apply them to a 1-year certificate or one of our 2-year associate's degrees. So student may want to take that award and go into the workplace, and they may want to come back to HCC and finish getting one of those other awards, and they can do that. So it's kind of portable in that way.
Yeah, well, isn't that wonderful? And we'll get to some of those careers in a bit. But first, you were talking about degrees and certificates in marketing. So what does HCC offer, starting with those workforce degrees?
So the workforce degrees we offer, it's an AAS degree, and one is in general marketing. The other one's innovation and enterprise, specialization program. And so students who can do the whole 2-year program, that's what they could expect to do. This position, I mean, this would prepare them for positions, again, in professional marketing jobs, or those students might want to transfer into a 4-year institution and get a bachelor's degree. The other awards we have would be their certificates. We have a general marketing certificate, we have a retailing certificate, and we have one in social enterprise for those who are looking not into go into corporate type environments, but more nonprofits and those types of things. And then again, our workforce award, which is the sales OSA.
Okay, and let's have more of a discussion of the marketing sales OSA, including what types of jobs our students might land with it. Like, for example, for the first one, what is it, and why do you think that award is relevant in today's market?
Well, as you can recall, Benji, during the pandemic, when everything was on lockdown, one of the things that are some of the types of businesses that weren't locked down were retail establishments.
Yeah, of course.
Again, as we mentioned, marketing.
Yeah.
Offer a couple awards in retailing. And so when you think about that, when you think about the word essential and how important it was to have those businesses still open during a time of crisis, tells how important that this type of information and this type of knowledge is, and these skills are for students in the workplace. So we're trying to, what our efforts are to get these students work ready so that when they complete the program, they can go out into the workplace and add value immediately.
Yeah. And how much time do you have to put aside to complete the program? Would you say, like, usually how long do students take?
Well, generally for the certificate programs, they're about 1 year. So we're talking anywhere from 22 to 24 credit hours. And the AAS degrees, of course, would be the 2-year programs. Now, many of our students work part-time and go to school part-time. Some of them work full-time and go to school part-time. But one of the beauties of the marketing program is that we offer these awards and we offer these courses in all types of formats. They can take the classes virtual, online, 100% online, and never have to go into the classroom. They can take them in the hybrid format where they go in and they're in class once a week and the rest of the work is done online, or they can do the face-to-face type classes. But all of the marketing classes have courses that are offered online. There's an element of it that's online. And of course, one of the beauties of Houston Community College is that we have campuses all over the city. So we have the availability, our students have the availability, no matter what their life situation or work schedule, that they can take classes part-time or full-time. They can take them during the day or in the evenings or afternoons, whatever their schedule permits. We even offer some classes on the weekend. We have classes, again, that are 100% online so that students who either have transportation challenges or maybe childcare challenges can take those classes from home during their available time. So I always say there's really no excuse. We're here. We have classes in the spring, fall, and in the summertime. So we make it as available as possible for all interested students.
Awesome. And that's what I tell everybody. There's no excuse with the HCC. Campuses all over the city. Opportunities for doing virtual classes or in person or hybrid. But also I wanted to ask, I know you just said something about the certificates for like a shorter span. There's also the associates, but we can transfer these credits to 4-year colleges. What are some of these colleges that students usually transfer to?
Well, some of the credits, like I said, the marketing credits can be transferred. Many of our students will go to school here locally, so they'll either go to University of Houston, go into Texas Southern University. Some have gone to Rice, but some have gone out of state or out of town as well. So it makes it for the student, they have a lot of portability with the credits that they get here at the college. So I'm always really excited to talk about marketing. For anyone who wants to know more about it, of course, I'm Kimberly Cade, kimberly.cade@hccs.edu. Just reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have or have conversations with anyone about marketing. Always happy to help.
Yeah, like she said, ladies and gentlemen, the link will be on our post after the bio for hccs.edu/apply. But thank you so much, Kimberly Cade. She is the marketing program coordinator for the Business Center of Excellence. And like I said, we'll have all of that info for you guys. Check it out after the show.
And
thanks, Kimberly. Always good seeing you. All right, we've got a few announcements to get through before the end of the show, Benji. One of them involving Coleman College of Health Sciences. You ever wanted to know what's going on at Coleman? Well, they've got a Coleman Career Day, and it's going to be happening at HCC's Southeast College. They'll host the Coleman Health Sciences Day featuring representatives from Coleman to answer your questions about healthcare and all the other things you need to know. So make sure you join them Wednesday, April the 5th. That's going to be tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at HCC's Eastside Southeast Learning Hub. No need to register. Just show up, get your questions asked, and learn everything you'd like. And there's also an intervention screening that our counseling department is offering, Benji.
Yeah, HCC Counseling will present substance use, screening, intervention, and referral for treatment, hosted by Professor Richard Rosing. It is open to all students, faculty, and staff. This will take place Thursday, April 6th on Zoom at 12 p.m. And please check out our post after the show to register.
There is a Skills USA competition happening in our Southeast College as well. That's happening Wednesday through Friday, April 13th through the 15th. So it's next week. If you're a current HCC workforce student, you can compete in the upcoming HCC and Skills USA Texas Post-Secondary Skills and Leadership Competition. Interested? We'll have some information in our post after the show. And guess what? Graduates, that's coming up as well. We're going to have a graduation ceremony not that long.
Yeah. Ready, set, graduate. Make your plans now. Get ready, grads. Check out our upcoming spring 2023 graduation and commencement ceremony deadlines to make sure that you are ready to walk across that stage. You should have talked to your academic advisor by April 3rd, which was yesterday, to apply for eligibility. Don't let these other deadlines pass you by, like April 13th. Order a cap and gown, and April 14th, register to walk the spring ceremony. Please contact your academic advisor after the show to just let them know that you want to graduate.
Everybody wants to graduate sooner or later, right? Okay, we've got a virtual studio exhibition happening. It's going to be at the arts reception. Well, there's an artist reception. First off, it's a virtual gallery. It's free, of course. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday, May the 10th. HCC Central Reality Collab. So if you want to learn more about that, check it out. We're going to have a link in our post after the show. And guess what? We've got a spring holiday upon us at the end of the week, Benji.
Yeah, we have a spring holiday break. So, up to the minute. All HCC campuses and district offices will close this Friday, April 7th, so that there will be no classes, no work, and no up to the minute that day either. This is, again, Friday, April the 7th. Regular campus and working hours will resume Monday, April 10th. So enjoy the holiday and your time off.
So do you have big plans for the holiday weekend?
Yeah, sleep all day.
What are you doing for the holiday weekend?
Well, I work at a church, so this on the weekends.
Oh, you're gonna be busy then.
I'm gonna be very busy.
Yeah, it's a busy time at church.
It's like a very important thing for the Christian church, but
exactly. There's a lot. Well, I mean, it really is. It's a big weekend for a lot of religions this weekend. So a lot going on. But either way, we're off for 3 days. So enjoy your break. Okay. Summer registration is underway right now. If you haven't registered yet for the summer, now's the time to do so because the classes fill up fast, especially the real popular ones. 5 ways to learn. You can do it online. You can do it online in a schedule, hybrid, in-person, hybrid lab. All of that's available. Register now. Check it out at hccs.edu/apply. Okay. No, I'm not going to say this.
I'll do it.
You do it. Go ahead.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Domo.
I mean, if you want to do the rest of that.
See, you got it in my head. That's the reason why I wasn't going to say it. We have a new partnership with Centerpoint Energy for HCC Southeast to host the first of its kind robotics invitational called East Side Power. So check that out, and we won't sing that song tomorrow, I promise. And we're going to welcome back another guest from HCC's Business Center of Excellence, this one to talk about banking and finance. All that tomorrow, plus we've got a show on Thursday. Friday, we already discussed, we're off. Benji will be here next week. He's got a busy week ahead of him and lots of plans going on. So keep that in mind. Benji, we'll see you next week, right?
Yeah, you'll see me next week here on Up to the Minute.
All right. We'll see all of you tomorrow morning live at 10 a.m.